Hi guys, this is Harvey the God speaking. Welcome again to yet another video, guys. On today's video, guys, we're going to be looking into the market as usual. We're going to be actually breaking down certain pairs that we can actually capitalize from the market with. So basically, guys, in front of me here, I'm having the DXY. So as you all know that the DXY, we like to start with it based on the fact that it actually gives us the right direction of how we can actually anticipate the market for the next coming week, based on the fact that you know that the DXY is one of those currency index that actually drive down the market in this particular season. So basically, guys, we are in the beginning of Q3 and we're actually looking for the markets to be looking insane, based on the fact that things are looking so beautiful, as you can actually break down into the market and dive in deeper. So basically, guys, what we have right here is the dollar index. So basically, as you know that the dollar index is one of those currency index that actually drive down the market. You can simply see that from this particular currency index, we are having our lower low, which is this one, and we can simply start by marking off again with the ray line our level right there, which is that one, based on the fact that we've been having multiple touches on this beautiful level right there. So now, where the current market price is currently now, we can simply see that we've been having this beautiful uptrending structure right here. We've been having this beautiful uptrending structure right here, but now the market is giving us momentum, and it's giving momentum to the upside. However, we must also take the message from the market based on the fact that we are having things that tells us that we can actually have potential to reverse and not come back to actually touch this zone and come back to the downside, right? So basically, guys, what we have right now is that the market is quite respecting this beautiful zone right there, based on the fact that with this kind of movement, you can simply see that the DXY is quite losing momentum, right? Based on the fact that you can simply see that the weekly close candle of this beautiful DXY is quite looking bearish, based on the fact that we are having a pin bar hammer there. So those are one of the confirmations that we can start looking for beautiful selling opportunities. So in this momentum, guys, we can simply see and take and dive in deeper to the D1, which is the daily candle, right? So with the daily candle, you can now check the daily candle close of Friday. We actually encountered a beautiful thing right there. So as you all know, guys, we are having this beautiful multi 3-touch level confirmation that we actually had ever since from last week. We were having 1, 2, 3 touches from the upper side, and now we also have this beautiful 1, 2, 3 touches on this beautiful low. So basically, as you can look into the markets right now, we are having this beautiful reversal pattern onto this point in time. So basically, guys, as you dive in deeper to the reversal pattern right there, on the 4-hour, it's actually giving us a reason to can look for selling opportunities based on the fact that we are now looking for a reversal pattern inside a reversal pattern, which is this one right here, guys. Which is this one right here. We actually spoke about this as of last week. So basically, if you dive in deeper again onto the 4-hour, you can simply see that you are having this beautiful shoulder head, and now we are anticipating for the next shoulder to come in place, based on the fact that we are now having this beautiful pattern right presented onto this beautiful zone. So basically, we are going to be anticipating for further right shoulder before we can actually anticipate for further push momentum to the downside, right? So this is actually our currency index, which is the DXY. So with this, guys, you can simply wait for this momentum to actually come in place onto the zone right here, and from there, and wait to enter onto these markets from this beautiful right shoulder. So basically guys, from this point in time, you can simply check and try to capitalize on this one, and this one is actually going to lead you to actually look into the market way deeper, because if the DXY is actually going to be going down, you can expect Euro USD to actually buy. So without any waste of time, let us get into our weekly watch list, because the DXY is one of those things that can lead us and give us direction, right? So now we are going to start off with Nasdaq. Nasdaq is one of those indexes that can actually be profited from the market and be taken advantage of. So basically guys, with the Nasdaq guys, we all know that the Nasdaq has been selling so much ever since the beginning of the year. So basically with Nasdaq, we can simply check and see that we are now into the 8th month we've been selling Nasdaq. So Nasdaq has been selling ever since last year. So basically we can simply see that from this particular moment with Nasdaq, with this particular downtrend, we can check how the price is actually looking. So without any waste of time, this is our lower low that we can simply start off by marking and having the direction. So from this point in time, again, you can mark your higher high right there. So from that point in time, you're having your playground where you can actually look into the markets. We all know that now we're starting to look into the markets onto these zones. So by breaking down all these things, you can simply check that we are having this beautiful lower low, right? We are having this beautiful lower low from this point in time, and also we are having multi-two touches onto our lower high. So when you dive in deeper and check from the daily time frame, our candlesticks play a big role in the market based on the fact that they are the ones that tells us the direction of where are we going, right? We are now having a direction of where are we going, right? So this is more like a greater time for us to can actually see and experience those buying opportunities. So we can simply dive in deeper from this point in time that ever since we broke down and saw that we're having our downtrend, we can simply check that from the 4-hourly chart, our Nasdaq is looking quite beautiful. We caught these beautiful buys on our premium members, and we caught this beautiful again with our mentorship members. So basically guys, if you dive in deeper onto Nasdaq, you can simply check that we are having this beautiful downtrending channel right there. This is our trends in trends channel. This is our trends in trends channel. So our trends in trends channel, it's more like it has already broke out of the structure, right? So we can now simply check and have this beautiful zone right there being marked. So from this point in time, we are having a beautiful potential inverse head and shoulders on this beautiful pair. So basically, if you check and dive in deeper, you can mark our zone right there, which price has already broken out and actually anticipated to be correcting from this particular moment. And if you check carefully guys, we are having this beautiful zone again, which is this one right there. So basically, if you connect the dots guys, we are having this beautiful contracting channel, right? So in this contracting channel guys, since we have this beautiful impulse move to the upside, we are now squeezing inside this beautiful channel. So basically guys, from this point in time, the Nasdaq, it's more like now having to tell us that it's ready to actually push price to the upside, right? If you dive in deeper again from the 1 hour time frame, you can simply see that we have already broken out of the structure onto this beautiful Nasdaq. We have broken out of the structure right here, which simply means that we also encountered this beautiful downtrending trends. So from this beautiful momentum right here, we experienced price giving us a double bottom right there and actually pushing again towards to the upside. And now again also the basic rule that we know that we are having a correction after an impulse, right? We had this beautiful impulse move to the upside, which broke out of our downtrend and gave us this beautiful correction, and also the other impulse that the market closed off with. So basically from this point in time, we caught this beautiful move with the premium members. We caught this beautiful move. I sent out a signal on Friday when we actually broke out of the structure right here. So we actually profited from this beautiful setup right now. So we currently actually holding some few positions on this beautiful momentum right there. We're actually looking to profit way more to the upside, right? So basically from this point in time, you can simply wait for the correction that can actually occur again on this beautiful momentum right there. You can wait for correction from this beautiful momentum right there, which simply going to tell us and give us this beautiful correction, and also that's where you can actually present yourself to actually have to profit again from this Nasdaq. So basically you can actually mark it to be one of those things that you can ride it up until these levels right there. So basically guys, I believe that this week we can actually touch onto our 13,000 level. We can actually recover way more than that, and also profit from this beautiful momentum to push to the upside, right? So with Nasdaq, I believe we are good to buy this coming week. So Nasdaq is a good buy for this particular week that is coming in. So with also US30, we have also saw that US30 is quite looking nice also, based on the fact that it's more similar to Nasdaq. Actually, when all of these stocks recover, also the US30 is also going to recover. So now we can simply check that with US30, when you dive in deeper and study it from the daily, you can simply see that this is US30 that has also retested the overall high of actually 2020. So basically from there, you can actually see that with Dow Jones, from this particular moment, you can simply check we are having this beautiful downtrend right here. From this downtrend, you can simply check and see that we are having also our lower high. So on our lower high, you can check that and see that price has actually presented to us more similar things like Nasdaq has already presented. So basically from this one, it's quite looking beautiful because we had this beautiful double bottom right there. Before we can simply go and dive in deeper to the 4 hour, you can check that we are having a beautiful W formation without any wasting going to bigger time frame or smaller time frames. You can simply see that the Dow Jones from this particular moment has presented to us that it's actually looking for beautiful buys, because already we have broken out of this beautiful structure. So when you also mark your targets, you can mark this beautiful high right there. So basically guys, this one you can simply check and see that we are having this beautiful multi 3 touches right onto our lower low, and also this double bottom that has occurred from this pair. So basically from this point in time, you are having a beautiful channel right there, which now simply check and see that from this beautiful downtrending channel, when you dive in deeper to the 1 hour, there is actually quite good things to actually look into, based on the fact that when you go to our line chart to have your accuracy, you can see that from this beautiful 1 hour, the downtrending has been spotted again. Trends in trends, guys. So from this beautiful momentum, you can simply see that from this point in time, with our downtrend, we already had this beautiful inverted head and shoulders right onto this 1 hour chart. So from our 1 hour chart, when we had this beautiful impulse break of structure, we had this beautiful correction from this point in time. So we had this beautiful correction from here. So we basically had first ever pull momentum to the upside with this one. Unfortunately, this one we didn't enter it, but we entered Nasdaq. So from this point in time, we can simply see that the market has actually arrived to our valued area onto this beautiful Dow Jones. However, we can simply check and see that from this point in time, we can expect some sort of like a correction that will build up to actually help us to break above here and have this beautiful momentum to the upside, right? So we can actually expect a correction that will also build up to actually give us momentum to push further to the upside until those levels right there. So there's a bigger momentum and bigger opportunities for us to actually arrive onto this beautiful targets right there. So from this point in time, you all know that you can actually enter after this correction has presented more beautiful momentum to the upside with the candlestick rejections and so forth. So from this point in time, guys, this is our Dow Jones. With basically the stocks, we can actually expect more push to the upside based on the fact that we are expecting also the DXY to drop, right? So we also have this beautiful pair, which is our Nzdcad. So Nzdcad is quite looking good because also Nzdcad has arrived into our valued areas. So Nzdcad is quite looking nice also based on the structure. So if you know how to actually evolve the structure, you cannot panic when you see this type of structure, right? So this type of structure is quite looking beautiful based on the fact that the Nzdcad is quite looking beautiful, but it can take time. It can take time to actually play out to what we are looking to, right? So basically, if you check from these levels right there, Nzdcad is quite looking so nice based on the fact that we have actually broken out of the valued areas and have actually now playing out to be so beautiful, right? So if you simply check from Nzdcad looks beautiful for buying opportunities. Because why? The first thing that you look into, it's your candlestick confirmations. Your candlestick confirmation, it's quite looking like a rejection type of candlestick. So basically from this beautiful momentum, you can simply now dive in deeper and go to your daily, so to simply check and see what actually price movement has occurred from this beautiful Nzdcad. So Nzdcad, from this beautiful momentum, you can simply mark your high there, but the most important part is actually us looking into this beautiful nearest market price. So you can simply mark your nearest high again, and also you can mark your nearest high again right there. So from this point in time, we are going to be working out on this beautiful nearest market price. So when you dive in deeper to the 4-hour, there is actually something to see from this particular moment. So with this Nzdcad, you can simply see that we have this beautiful channel right there, and also we have this beautiful lower highs. So basically from this point in time, our lower highs, we are now occurring to have pattern separation, because the pattern separation that we have from this particular moment, we were getting people into the wrong side of the market, because we have been plunging towards to the downside, knowing the fact that it's going to come back and actually give us the correction and now push further to the upside, right? So this is actually the basic rule of the market, to actually get people into the wrong side of it, knowing very well that they're going to actually buy or sell. But you all know that when you arrive into your valued areas, you know what to do. So basically, when you see this type of moves, you can simply know that the market is actually going to reverse to our valued areas. So basically, if you check carefully what we're experiencing right here, you can simply see that we have been having this beautiful expanding wedge from this particular moment. But when you dive in deeper to actually 1 hour, you can simply see that from this particular moment we have been having now a correction from this particular moment. This particular correction is actually looking to be anticipated to come to these levels right there. Actually, from this moment in time, we can simply see that Nzdcad it's quite looking to correct towards to the downside and to these levels right there, and give us this full correction onto these levels right there, to actually now give us the right beautiful buying entry from this particular moment to actually shoot to the upside, right? Because this type of movement, guys, you must actually know that pairs like Nzdcad, they take time to actually build up momentum to push to either buy or sell. But when they actually go, you can simply see that this particular move right here, it didn't even actually have any correction onto pushing it to the upside, right? So those are one of the pairs that you can actually look into and have patience when trading them, because when they build up momentum like this, when they correct so long like this, they actually building so momentum like this, so much momentum to push to the upside, right? So you can actually profit from making sure that you put your buy limits from certain zones where you can actually profit from them, right? So Nzdcad looks good for buys for this particular coming week, so we can actually wait for the market to give us this beautiful complete correction towards to the downside, and actually enter our buying opportunities as soon as the market arrives onto this beautiful zone right there. So we also have this beautiful pair, which is our USD-CAD, right? So USD-CAD, when you start it from our daily time frame, you can simply see that USD-CAD is one of those pairs that actually have been onto our watch list for some time. We've been actually looking into the markets onto USDCAD for quite some time, right? So basically, guys, you know that we start from our lower low and actually go and deeper to actually mark our high right there. So basically, from this point in time, we are having this beautiful corrective structure towards to the upside, right? So with this corrective structure to the upside, we will definitely see our momentum when we actually dive in deeper to actually look into the market as we go deeper. So basically, from this point in time, guys, you can simply see that USDCAD has actually given us one of the reasons to actually trust it, because from this point in time, guys, you can simply see that USDCAD has went to the upside to entice people to keep on buying USDCAD, or else they know that the structure has completed their setup, right? The structure has completed its setup based on the fact that when you dive in deeper from this beautiful momentum, we were caught into the wrong side of the market with this beautiful spike right there. So when you check carefully from this beautiful USDCAD, we are having this low again, which is the nearest low. So basically, from this nearest low, guys, you can simply see that we have been having this beautiful shoulder from this particular moment. So this shoulder is one of those shoulders that can actually give us the full direction of the market, based on the fact that from this particular moment we are now under the corrective movement. We are now under this corrective movement. We are now under the zone So which simply means that this is going to be our head. From this particular moment, we are now expecting for the correction to pull to this zone and actually give us this shoulder right there. So this is going to be one of those pairs that you can profit from them when actually trading the forex market next week. So from this particular moment, you can simply see that with the USDCAD looks beautiful for selling opportunities, based on the fact that we also have a confirmation of the currency, which is the USDX currency, the DXY. So basically from this particular moment, the USDCAD looks good for actually selling opportunities, based on the fact that we are now going to have this beautiful corrective structure. From here, we're gonna expect a corrective structure from this particular moment, based on the fact that we are now under this beautiful zone right here. We're just going to wait for this beautiful structure to evolve onto these levels and actually profit from the market when the market arrives to the zones. So USDCAD can actually take time to actually play out to what we're looking for. So we're just gonna need patience from this pair to actually profit from it, but by the time it sells, it's going to give us our beautiful returns. EuroJPY, you can simply see that from the daily time frame, EuroJPY looks good for selling opportunities, based on the fact that when you evolve the structure from the weekly time frame perspective, you can simply see that EuroJPY has arrived onto the valued areas. So this is one of the valued areas that we can actually look into, and also you can actually look into marking this low right there. So again, you mark your higher high, another high, which was this one right there. So when you actually dive in deeper into looking into these beautiful pairs, you can simply see that with our EuroJPY has actually given us more reasons to trust it, because we are also having this low, which simply means that this low, it's actually looking good for selling opportunities, because from this particular moment, we've been having this beautiful uptrending structure which has already broken out of it and actually giving us more momentum to trust it to push to the downside, right? So basically from this particular moment, we've been having this beautiful structure to the upside, and this structure has evolved to give us a beautiful retest, since we had these two pushes of these two weekly candles to the downside. We also have this beautiful retest which occurred last week. So from the daily perspective, you can simply see that EJ is actually looking for more selling opportunities based on the structure, right? So I'll just quickly show you that with this EuroJPY, we are having this beautiful shoulder, which already now the market has already broke and retested it below this beautiful structure right there, which simply means if you also mark this nearest low right here, you'll simply see that from the 4-hourly chart, EuroJPY looks good for sales, based on the fact that when you also mark this low right there, you can simply see that we have been having this beautiful multi-3 touches onto our retest. So basically from this point in time, we are now looking for a complete further retest to actually push price to the downside, right? So basically from these levels, we are having shoulder, head, and now the anticipated shoulder to occur onto EuroJPY. So basically when you dive in deeper to the 1 hour, you can simply see that from this particular moment, guys, we are having this beautiful 1 2 3 4 touches onto this level right there, and also we have been correcting to the upside with regards to this beautiful pair. So basically from this point in time, all you need to do is to wait for an impulse move and a correction to this particular movement, and actually wait to actually enter onto the correction and to looking to sell this beautiful pair. So you can simply wait for impulse and a correction and enter upon the correction, because that is what you can actually wait to do, because it's actually looking good for more sales. So wait for impulse and a correction, and that correction, if we can actually get 6 to 4 hours correction from the 1 hour candles, we can be actually good to go, because the market can actually be ready as of tomorrow London session. So we can actually look into profit from this beautiful EURJPY sales. So with the last one, which is going to be our Cadjpy. Our Cadjpy, it's still looking so beautiful, but it needs patience, guys. It needs patience, as we have already touched onto Cadjpy as of last week. We talked about it multiple times, guys. You can simply go and check the previous videos where we spoke about it, and we actually look into actually profit from this Cadjpy and actually dive in deeper. So from Cadjpy, guys, you can simply see that we are onto our valued area, which is this one right there from the weekly perspective, and also you can mark your valued area, which is this one right here. So also from this particular moment, when we dive in deeper to actually see what the market is holding for us from a daily perspective, there is what we call a double top that is actually forming from this beautiful pair, but it needs patience, guys. It needs patience. From this particular moment, you can simply see double top right there. So basically, when you dive in deeper to the 4 hour, the 4 hourly chart will actually tell you the story that we are actually waiting for it to occur. So basically, from this 4 hourly chart, when you mark your nearest low, which is this one right here, you can simply see that we are actually looking to actually have a complete structure, since we now have this beautiful channel right there. So this beautiful channel, it's actually one of those things that we are actually waiting for, because the market has actually proved to us that it can actually sell from next week, at least by the end of trading day tomorrow. So basically this one, guys, even if we can actually enter the sales, you will actually still be in a loss, because the market hasn't been arrived to our valued area. So with this one, we were having these beautiful trends inside a trend, right? So with this one, guys, we are waiting for the market to actually come to these levels right there, to actually entice people to actually buy further, based on the fact that we are going to actually look into sell. So on this one, guys, you can actually look into waiting for this particular pair, for it to actually come to these valued areas, since you can see that the approach is being corrective, creating higher highs and higher lows, right? So the market is actually correcting and pushing price further to the upside to actually entice people to buy, right? So when it arrives here, guys, we just gonna wait for and push to the downside in a structure that is going to be evolving underneath here, which is our correction. So from this corrective structure, guys, you're going to wait for at least 2 to 3 hourly correctiveness. We'll just wait and see what's going to happen, but I can promise you that from this beautiful touch right there, we're not gonna wait any long. We can experience a stronger sell-off like this onto these levels right there. So basically, guys, what I need you to do, guys, on this one, this is the highest probability setup that you can ever come across. Wait for Cadjpy to come onto these valued areas, and wait to enter after an impulse correction, because this impulse move to the downside, it is the one that is going to tell us that we are now ready to sell even way harder, because we have been building up the structure towards to the upside right there. So if you evolve your trend line like this, you'll be able to see that we're only going to wait for the market to correct further upside and break this structure and give us a correction. Immediately after this correction, that's where you're going to enter your sales, and from there you manage your trades towards to the downside. There's a very good potential towards to the downside. We are actually targeting 4.6%, so we're actually going to wait for the market to actually give us those valued areas. So Cadjpy is actually looking good for selling opportunities as of next week. So we have come to our end of our video, guys. We actually looking to profit from this beautiful pairs that we have just actually broke down to you guys. So basically, guys, what we need to do is to actually wait for time and actually look into capitalizing onto these pairs, guys. So from me, have the gold, guys, I actually thank you for you to be able to come this very end and wait for the next video, guys, for actually look into how we can actually manage trades. And also there is going to be also another video that we can actually look into next week. Also, guys, from me, Have the Goat speaking, guys, do have a profitable week ahead, and make sure that you actually manage your trades correctly. So from my side, guys, please do make sure you like and subscribe to this video, and actually comment below, and actually help me to actually grow this channel by actually engaging with me in everything that you want me to do, and actually improve onto this channel, guys. This is Have the Goat speaking, guys. See you on the next video, guys. Please do make sure that you press the notification bell, guys, for the next video, and wait for the next upcoming video.